Alrighty, so we're gonna start recording. This is my second React video. Coincidentally, another nerdy black guy. Didn't plan that. That's just the way it turned out. I didn't finish this video, but it really seemed like this guy was actually going to advocate for racially motivated terrorism of all things. So I thought, you know what? Let's just go ahead and react to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start it.
Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about the oh-so-terrible black crime. And you're going to hear it from someone who has never committed a single crime in his entire life. Never even seen the back of a cop car. Now here's the deal. Black crime today is talked about all over the place, especially by the white population. The same white population that went around...
So I need to stop at that one part where he says, especially the white population. I guess that's technically correct if you use the methods that the government has been, well, not just the government of the United States, but everyone has been using to cook the books and include people like me as white people. Me, the brownoids. Yeah, we complain about black crime all the time, and so do the Asians. Everyone is complaining about black crime, except for communists. Like, there's tons of what... The group that's least likely to complain about black crime behind the blacks is white Marxists. And he knows that, mind you. He knows this is the case. He just says it anyways. But let's continue.
Wiping out entire populations around the world. Where are the Native Americans?
On the fucking resi, mate, because we didn't wipe them all out.
Has anyone seen a Native American? I don't believe I've ever shaken a Native American's hand before.
A shout out to Nono Nozomi. She a real one for... I'm not going to say because she's a Native American, but she's a native. I like her. She's awesome. She's my friend. Sorry, I shouldn't pause.
Have you shaken a Native American's hand before? I haven't.
I have.
I've never so much as seen someone who told me they were Native American.
I met a lot.
Tens of millions of
Speaking of which, you'll meet a lot more people that are like half, quarter, eighth Native American if you don't live in the inner city. I know, it sounds crazy. They don't all live in Detroit, Cleveland, and fucking Birmingham.
Murders. Tens of millions of people murdered. The Western Europeans tried multiple times to wipe out the Eastern Europeans. The Brits and the Franks were at war for over 100 years. They did a world war twice in a matter of about 3 decades.
And I know he's like really trying to sell this point. Like, oh, the violent white people, they're so bad they not only kill non-whites, they're killing each other. How many genocides have been going on in Africa? Like, a lot, maybe? It seemed to me like it was happening every other week for like my entire life. That there's a genocide in Africa. Like the ones... plural, ones with an S, that are going on right now. Just thought I'd bring those up.
They went around Africa, they went around Australia, mass R-wording people and mass offing people.
He says R-wording. He can't even say rape. What a fucking loser.
Now here, I'm not here to do this morality stuff with them. I'm not here to do it with them. Unfortunately, they don't feel the same way. Unfortunately for them, they get to be total barbarians, and if anyone does it back, well then they're wrong. When they're...
I like how he says they get to be total barbarians, like the white people that exist today and the white people that existed 600 years ago are the same. I get that the black people that exist today are the ones that existed 600 years ago, like they haven't changed. I get it. Just kidding. I was just doing a funny racism there.
They're doing it. They're just victors. They're nice, successful Europeans that are just doing what's in human nature to do. So the deal is this. You see, there's a reason why they don't complain about Iran or North Korea or China or Russia in the same way.
Now, he says in the same way. White people... not just whites, but all of the other people that he's grouping in with the whites, complain about all those things pretty often. It's just different complaints. But I should let him continue.
Why is that? The reason they don't is because Russia, North Korea, and China have real ability to commit some real serious crimes, some actual crimes, like pressing buttons and wiping New York off the planet. You know what the black race needs? It's not to cry about crime that was produced by Contra and the CIA anyway. Crime that wouldn't exist if Caucasian Americans didn't create the circumstances for them anyway.
Yes, Caucasian Americans created the circumstances for black crime by allowing you guys to stay here instead of sending you back to Africa. That is true. I accept that.
The what we need is the capacity to do real serious crimes. You know why? Because here's the deal. What's the difference between terrorists and war? What's the difference between terrorism and war? Why they don't call what Russia's doing in Ukraine terrorism? They don't call it crimes.
People that agree with him actually call it terrorism and crimes and war crimes. Yeah, I love how he's so very selective with all this stuff. Actually, well, let me rewind it real quick. You know what? I don't have to rewind it. You guys heard it. You can rewind it yourself. He said that those countries are able to do real crimes, and that's what black people need. They need the power to do real crimes, but that's not really how that works at all. Like, is it real crimes? I mean, even asking what the difference between warfare and terrorism is, it's pretty fucking obvious. I mean, if I go out and I commit a mass bolting with a crossbow and ban guns on the side of a building, that's terrorism. I'm using fear to convince people to behave in certain ways. It's not state-sanctioned. I'm not fighting another armed force. There's no other military there. It's just a violent attack on civilians to induce fear. And pretending all warfare is basically the same is just fucking retarded. And honestly, at this point, I don't think he's lying. I think he really can't tell the difference. I think we're seriously dealing with the typical 70 IQ ooga booga in this situation. Except, he can enunciate.
Okay? Why is that? They don't call North Korea shooting missiles over certain countries a crime. They don't call it terrorism. What's the difference? Where's the line at? The line is what is actually destructive. You know what the deal is? If the black race has true defense, has the true ability to wipe out millions in New York, has the ability to wipe out millions in DC, millions in Europe, millions in South America, with the push of a button, everyone's gonna shut the hell up about fucking black crime. You know why?
You know what? Actually, I'm not gonna pause it. Let's hear the why. Then I'll pause it.
Because we'll have the actual capability to do some serious fucking black crime. And instead of trying to demonize people who are totally innocent, people who have done absolutely nothing to any white people, the mass majority of the black population has never committed a single violent crime in its life, and most white people are fully aware of the CIA's involvement in the current culture. They're totally...
Okay, so I let him go on a little too long there, but it's just kind of... If black people had nukes, then people would stop caring about black crimes. You silly Billy. You fucking ignorant fucking double nigger. I just fucking... Imagine that thought, that if the black race collectively throughout the whole planet, that's always killing each other over racial differences, mind you, in case you didn't know anything about black history. If they had the power to just drop nukes, no one would care about the stabbings, the muggings, the rapings, none of those horrible things that happened in my backyard. I'm just suddenly going to stop caring because black people can vote on a global scale to drop a nuke somewhere. Well, one, you're not going to drop a nuke here in Detroit. I'm safe as fuck. You are not nuking Detroit. There's nothing here worth nuking except, I don't know, black people. Lots and lots of black people. I'm safe as fuck from nukes. What I'm not safe as fuck from is blacks. In fact, the only time I've ever had to pull a gun on somebody was kind of a black guy. I know, it's crazy, it's hard to believe. It just, coincidentally, a criminal who was menacing me with a knife happened to be black. Wow. That's crazy. In fact, every time a black guy pointed a gun at me, whether or not it wasn't loaded or was, I just assumed it wasn't loaded because he didn't just immediately shoot me. Either way, I didn't get shot. Those guys were also black. Brandishing's a crime. A black crime that immediately affected me. But you know what doesn't affect me? Fucking North Korea doesn't affect me because it doesn't happen here where I live to me. You fucking idiot.
Aware. Because instead of...
Also, the CIA made black people do bad things is the most insane fucking psycho cope I've ever heard. It makes no fucking sense. The CIA made you? How? The CIA doesn't make me do shit. In fact, I went through a public school system that tried to make me into a communist, and all it did was make me hate communism. If you, the black race, as a group, were so fucking programmable, we wouldn't have a Thomas Sowell in the world. We wouldn't have a Clarence Thomas in the world. How did those guys get there? What? Wait, weird. Weird that happened. Oh, you've never committed a crime before. You've never seen the back of a cop car. That's funny. I thought the CIA programmed all niggos to be violent extremists.
Trying to demonize people and seeing easy targets to attack. No one wants to fuck with real criminals. No one wants to screw around with real criminals.
He says no one wants to fuck with or screw around with real criminals. I tell you what, I know a lot of fucking people that wish it was just legal to go around shooting criminals. I know a lot of people who wish we could just legally go into fucking Mexico and hunt cartel members with letters of marque. But we can't, because there's so many people like him in the world that vote to stop us from killing criminals. And we don't care what color the criminals are. It's not about skin color, because we're not fucking racist niggers like you. No, actually, it's the fact that they're doing bad things, and we hate that they're allowed to keep doing those bad things. We're totally all about doing things about criminals. It's you who doesn't want to do anything about the criminals, and you made it illegal to fight crime.
They want peace. Instead of trying to paint the black population as some enemy, when it really isn't.
People like him paint the black population as an enemy, by the way. I don't view black people as an enemy. I view people like him as an enemy. And he views himself as all black people. Not me.
They'll realize now they actually have the capability to be enemies, and they can actually do some serious destruction. Let's call for peace. Look at Iran. Demonizing Iran. Demonizing it all day and night long. Demonizing the Houthis. We could, for a while there, we couldn't see.
Okay, so we went from Iran to Houthis. Let me just go. Oh, this was 2 weeks ago. Okay. You know what happened more than 2 weeks ago? We bombed the ever-living shit out of Iran. And then it was peacetime. Not because Iran threatened or menaced us. It's because we blew up the shit they had that we didn't want them to have anymore. That's why the peace happened in Iran. In case you forgot.
Anything but how terrible the Houthis were and how they're demons and they're doing all these terrible things.
They are demons and terrible.
They try to go over there, take down the Houthis.
And we didn't even try. And that's also the truth about the Middle East. Ask any fucking veteran you know. We didn't even fucking try to stop those monsters from doing the horrible things they do over there. No, Obongo put insane rules of engagement to make sure we couldn't fucking stop them. In fact, we refused to use nuclear bombs on any evil population and any evil culture because communists keep saying we can't drop nukes anymore. They're too good at winning. That's bullshit.
The Houthis shoot down multiple Reaper drones, nearly take down an F-35, take down an F-18, and all of a sudden there's a truce with the Houthis.
And I gotta be honest, I didn't keep up with the whole Houthis thing. But realistically speaking, we have so much fucking money and firepower. If we wanted to just get rid of them, we were going to. I guarantee you whatever the fuck was going on isn't because we weren't able to stop them, because they're such a powerful, scary threat. It was because it wasn't really worth our time, and we could convince them to stop chimping out on trade. I'm pretty sure that's all it was. I'm not going to look it up and figure out how it ended or why. People just aren't talking about them anymore, and it's probably because, I don't know, we gave them a bucket of fried chicken and a brick of Fent and told them to have fun.
You know how that works? When you have real strength, when you have the real capability to be real criminals, people fuck off and leave you the hell alone. It's real easy to look at an easy target and say he's so terrible, we need to go attack him.
Like mildly right-leaning white people. Very easy targets because they're all very law-abiding. They're always a target. But of course, we're not going to talk about that. No, let's continue defending black crime.
Does anyone look at real criminals and say, let's go attack them?
Yes, I brought that up. A lot of people wish we could just shoot criminals in the street, like dogs. And then also, I want to take it a step further. I want to shoot people who want to verbally defend the criminals. Like, I don't want you to exist if you're going to sit here and boo-hoo, the poor innocent nigga, all he did was rob a liquor store. Bang, bang, shut the fuck up. You're not human. You've rejected your humanity. You don't get to be a part of society. You get to be in a casket.
Why are they so quick to want to attack the black population in the U.S.? 13% of the population, no nukes. Most white people have never been harmed by a black person. So quick. But nations that are robbing the United States clean, in the Middle East, having them wage wars upon wars, where they're losing credibility around the world, breaking their empire. Nothing. They shut their fucking mouths there. They're real little fucking pussies when it comes to those people, aren't they?
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's not us that choose to just pull out of these things and spend tons of money in order to just justify giving infinity money to people that don't fucking deserve it in order to enrich a small number of elites who just decide they're going to spend American taxpayer dollars and set the military policy for the United States. Also, in case you hadn't noticed, the Trumpy hasn't really been deploying anybody into full-scale war for a while because the Trumpy isn't in the group. He's not in the club. I get it, he's addicted to juju cum. Oh, he's an Israel Shabbos goy. I get it. Okay, fine. Maybe he's a little too friendly to Israel. But really, at the end of the day, are we really going to the Middle East and spending infinity dollars and giving the Taliban like $1 trillion worth of, military equipment that we literally didn't need to donate to them? And that's what Biden did. That was a fucking donation that he did on purpose. It is not possible to fuck up the withdrawal like that on accident. It had to be on purpose. You literally can't fuck that up on accident. It's not like a video game where you accidentally click the wrong fucking button. That was very much on purpose.
You know why? Because those people, we're not going to name them, and I respect them, by the way, those people that I'm talking about here. I don't hate them like they do. We don't have any sort of common enemy or whatever. They have fucking nukes. There's something called the Samson option. Fuck around with them and a Samson option is going to come around.
Okay, why did my audio cut out? That's not okay. I want to hear about this Samson option. Also, I'm not afraid of nukes. Mutually assured destruction is a myth made up by communists.
There's something called the Samson option. Fuck around with them and a Samson option is going to come around destroy you.
Oh, I guess that's just on his end. That's probably
because
just a feature,
they fucking
not a bug.
have a stranglehold on them economically. Because they have all their leadership hooked up on a couple of files somewhere with things that would destroy their credibility.
That's fair. That's fair.
Why. Because they have control and influence over important canals that control all of Europe's trade. Because they have control over the financial institutions. You see, when people are real criminals, the white population fucks off and shuts their stupid little mouths.
Yeah, when he says the white population, I need to remind everyone he's including Asians, Latinos, etc. He's including everyone that's not black. We do care about the real criminals, and a lot of us are super fucking pissed about the global homo elites that are fucking raping our countries and doing shit that's overtly wrong, immoral, and often illegal, and then just getting away with it because they're in positions of authority. He's just lying because, he's angry and racist.
So the black racist solution, it's not to come to these people and say, oh, I've never committed a single crime in my entire life. I've never committed a single crime. I haven't. It's not to come together and beg these people to stop seeing us as criminals. It's to actually be strong.
Yes, being strong enough to condemn black crime. Which you are not. You are not strong enough to condemn black crime. Because you are weak and evil. Which is why you talk about the black race. Ignoring the fact that there are different ethnic groups amongst blacks. on account of all those genocides that keep happening every other day in Africa.
Because what's the point in painting someone who isn't actually that bad as bad if they're actually strong? It's like going up to
someone who isn't actually that bad. Has he ever talked to black people in the hood? Has he ever been near the hood, like anywhere in the U.S.? They're fucking monsters, dude. They're horrible. A lot of them. It's really bad. There's a reason I hate living in the inner city. I've always hated it. It sucks. These people are horrible. And it's not just the blacks. White people adopt that fucking culture because it's the dominant culture. There's so many fucking disgusting, horrible criminals that don't deserve to live, and yet here we are. People like you are defending them, and you vote to make it illegal to do something about it.
some big guy who's totally innocent, who has nothing, who doesn't want anything to do with you, and then picking a fight with him. They're not going to do it anymore. So the black race solution, again, it is not to fucking go around to these people and pretend like you're a little weak little peasant and ask them for forgiveness for something you never fucking did. It's to gain greater strength. Oh, you hate that black person who committed a crime? Well, go fucking deal with that person. I've got nothing to fucking do with that.
I can't believe... So I like I said, I didn't watch this whole video. We're way past my... Like, I originally watched to about here. When he's... Wow. Go deal with that. That's what we want. Yes. Go deal with that person when they commit a crime. That's what everybody wants. All of the evil white people you're talking about, you're telling us to do what we're already doing. Like, that's literally it. Yes, we want to go deal with that criminal specifically. When I talk about sending them all back to Africa, I do it because it's funny and because it pisses people like you off. I mean, there's a handful of, like, Zoomerwaffen faggots. You know, I've met a couple of neo-Nazis. I met guys that want me removed from America because my skin isn't white enough, all right? Those people do exist, but they're such a tiny, itty-bitty baby fraction of the white race that I don't even consider them in the equation. They don't even exist to me. They're not part of the conversation here. But of course he needs to lie and pretend like me, a Latino, and all of the other fucking people that happen to not be white are all white, and we're all just hating black people for being born because they're weak or something.
Because if you come over here, there might actually be some fucking retaliation. So that's what I think about black crime. And the last part is the morality part of it. Now, I'm not here to go to whites and say, you did all this terrible stuff. You wiped out the Native American population. There's not a single Native American around. I've never so much as shaked hands with a Native American.
That's because you never left the inner city, because you're a racist fucking psychopath and don't value Native Americans or the country you live in.
Because they were all fucking genocided by white people. They killed...
Oh, or maybe he's right. Maybe I'm just mistaken. Maybe they're just all gone.
All the fucking Native Americans. They killed all the Native Australians. They waged war in Europe and killed...
I actually met an Aboriginal woman on Discord one time, and she got drunk and was just bitching about abos. She spent 3 hours giving us all a deep dive into the culture and behavior of Aboriginal people. They're not human. They are not. We should not allow them to exist. They're fucking monsters. She's literally the only person in her entire family, including extended family, that was able to read. And I mean actually just read at all. She fucking hated them. She wanted nothing to do with them. As far as she was concerned, she was Australian. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't care what color her skin was or the fact that she was part of the tribe when she was born. She's Australian. And I'd take her word over any bullshit you're crying about any day.
So over like 10 million Russians. Killed 6 million Jews. Killed each other in the Franco-Britain wars. Okay? I mean, I waged opium wars against China. Destabilized nations all around the world. You don't hear me telling them to apologize for it or bring them moralism. I understand how the world works.
I bet he's fucking lying. I bet he's one of these fucking piece of shit scumbags that talks about decolonization. And actually, now that I think about it, the whole point of his video is that he wants white people to pay for all the shit that happened in the past. Because all those white people, they went around the world building railroads and making post offices and farms and feeding poor, starving brown people. Oh no, it's so horrible. Why would white people stop the human sacrifices? Fuck off.
There are demonic creatures that want to destabilize everyone else, destroy everyone else, and simply, we need strength.
Okay, well, the demonic creatures that want to destabilize everyone else, you're mostly just talking about Israel. I mean, the sheer number of people and non-government NGOs coming out of Israel that do nothing but destabilize Western civilization is kind of fucking staggering. But of course, like he mentioned before, without actually using the words to articulate the point, he's just grouping everyone who's not black in as white people.
To be able to push these fuckers off. And it's really that simple. I'm not here to bicker with them. I know how they work. I know they don't care. I know they don't want to apologize. It's that simple. Our solution is to be strong and kick them out of our goddamn way. That's what we do. So they don't have any moral ground. We do. And we need moral ground and strength.
You have moral ground by being, like, the biggest, like, rape murder monsters in every country you ever go to. Like, that's your moral ground there, guy. Your moral ground is we, the black race, collectively, constantly, literally commit genocides against each other in Africa, like, every fucking year. That's, you have the moral grounds to condemn people because you choose to identify as a group with all black people that exist. Yeah, I don't do that. That's why I'm not an identitarian. I don't identify with the white people. I don't identify with the Latinos. I'm an American supremacist, okay? I'm part of the American race because America is the only moral nation ever created in human history, period. I have the moral authority here. I have the moral grounds to say whatever the fuck I want.
Have a nice day, everyone.
Oh, that was the end of the video. Have a nice day, everyone. I tried HEMA to see if it's legit. It really depends on where you go to. I'm not going to watch this and react to another video, but legitimately there are a lot of nerds that study HEMA and they're absolute dog shit at it and don't understand combat at all. So it is legit, but it varies from person to person. It's like that with traditional martial arts too. Like me being a nerd, I've met a lot of nerds that pretend to study traditional martial arts and can't fight. Whereas I have my martial background rooted in traditional martial arts, like HEMA, for instance, I guess you could say, rather than just saying weapons martial arts, which that's the term I prefer. But I have to say HEMA to kind of illustrate the point that, yes, it's rooted in techniques that worked in the past. And I should probably not go into that, because this video was about, I guess, justifying racially motivated terrorism. Oh, what a dumb piece of shit that guy was. I really stretched his video out way too long. I should not have paused that much. But you know what? It happened. I'm not good at this. I'm not a React slop content creator. But I had to do this at some point. And I've been too lazy. I've been too fucking sad moping around. I didn't even have to go into work today. I normally do work this day of the week. And I just fucking sat around being sad all day instead of fucking working on a YouTube video. But I finally did it. It's done, and I deeply, man, I can't say I deeply regret watching this, but holy shit, that's disgusting. I hope all of you avoid the pitfalls of identitarianism and being weakling fucking immoral faggots like this fucking piece of shit, and I hope you all take care of each other and have a good day, or night, or week. I hope things go good for you if you watch this video. Let's just end it with that. I hope things in general... Maybe it's a small thing, maybe it's a big thing. I hope it goes good for you. Bye.